Welcome to the inaugural issue of Speaking of Sasquatch, which we hope will be a monthly webcast. Our purpose is to provide a forum for the Sasquatch people to speak directly to us. They do this by way of mediums and sensitives who can give words to their ideas. If you are an empiricist seeking evidence, you may find us lacking. If, on the other hand, you seek to broaden your understanding of these extraordinary beings, and by extension your own reality, you may find something of value here. For more than 20 years, our principal contributor, Kathleen Odom, has worked as an interspecies communicator and shamanic practitioner. We first became acquainted with her work during production of the motion picture Letters from the Big Man. She lives in southern Oregon and grew up among Sasquatch near California's Mount Lassen. A graduate of the University of California at Berkeley, she trained with the Foundation for Shamanic Studies. This, coupled with her spirit medicine practice, has refined an exceptional innate capability as transmedium.
It appears that there has been an increase in interaction between the Sasquatch and the hairless humans, physical and otherwise. And I really wanted to ask them if our observations about that were accurate, and if so, what insights they had about this increase in interaction on their part with us. And so this is what they had to say. Quote, "Yes, what you say here is what is happening. Our people have desired a closer connection with your people for many times. We have been ready. Your people are now opening to be ready to be the connection with us in their hearts. If there is no heart, there is no connection. Your people know about thinking in their heads. They are only now beginning to know about being in their hearts. The heart is the only way. At this time, for our hairless brothers and sisters, it is most important for the continuation in this place to be in their heart with us and with the All One. When your people recognize the All One, it is then that they will be in their hearts. It cannot happen for them until they recognize the All One. It is happening quickly and widely now because the hairless ones are quickly narrowing the possibilities for themselves and for all on this planet. The fear must disappear. The fear cannot disappear for the hairless ones until they recognize the All One. There is no shortcut, as you say, for this to happen. However, it can happen in less than the beat of your heart. We are doing all we can, and there will be more and more for the recognition to happen far and wide, as you would say. Our people are helping your people to see and be the light. Before the light, the hairless ones are stumbling in the dark. Some think with their heads that it, the dark, is the light, but it is not. There is much for us to say about this, and we will speak later on this to you." Unquote. In this same session, I went on to ask them, what is your purpose, your intent in expanding this connection, communication with the hairless humans? I wanted to know their own specific purpose and intent. And they replied with, quote, "Our people feel your people in our hearts. Your people do not know their hearts. They do not know us. Yes, there are some who do, and many more are coming very soon." I often get insights during these sessions as a clairvoyant, and what I got here was this vision of this big, it was a tsunami type wave, this huge wave, and it represented really all the people that are coming to the light. It was significant enough to note it. They went on to say, "There will be no stopping when the many more come to the light. We understand the hairless concept of time, but it is not necessary. But for your understanding, we will say that our people have been here for much time, and we will continue to be here for much time. We came here to be in place to help your people to know the light, to be the light, to remember who they are. Some hairless ones have now remembered, but there are many other hairless ones coming. Again, they showed me this big wave. It was almost palpable. They went on to say, we cannot help our hairless brothers and sisters until they know and be in their hearts. It is their choice. When they make the choice for light, then we are here to be in the All One, to play in the All One with them. End of quote. I could feel the quickening of this situation and the urgency. It was stronger than I've ever felt it before. It was very notable. Since we've been talking in this session about the expanded communication between the hairless ones and the Sasquatch people, I went on to ask them if they had some specific suggestions and insights they'd like to share with us about enriching that communication and our experience with them. Sasquatch said, quote, "Their," meaning hairless humans, "head tells them that it is not necessary to be in their hearts. They believe the head is wiser than the heart. This thinking will take them to a place of nowhere. Their head tells them it is difficult to be in their hearts, and their head finds many reasons not to be in their hearts. Their heart awakens and opens on their breath. It is that simple. If the hairless ones will for one moment focus on their breath only and make their breath in their body, and then feeling their heart connection to the All One, to all that is, as you say, then they will be in their hearts. Release all fear. Fear dims the beam of light reaching to the heart. Fear slows down the beam of light reaching to the heart. There is nothing to fear. If the hairless ones continue to fear, they will be in darkness, and it will be more difficult for them. If the hairless ones do not disappear the fear, the darkness, with the awakened light in their hearts, then they will disappear. Our people want to help your people see the light, be the light." Unquote. In light of some recent current events surrounding the Sasquatch world, I did write out a question for them about this controversy in who they are. And this was my question. There is a major controversy which has been brewing, now almost boiling, amongst many of the hairless ones interested in knowing more about your people. There are now several various and conflicting DNA studies stating the scientific findings of who they say your people really are. We, who love you dearly and know who you are asking you here for some insight on this boiling pot of controversy. What are your insights on this? And they said, quote, "We understand what is happening. The hairless human mind, fear, ego will always be looking for the position of superiority, for confirmation of what the hairless humans want to believe about our people, and many other beliefs and circumstances. The heat is increasing on the boiling pot, as you say. Many of the hairless ones do not want to know who we are, and so they continue to fool themselves, to hide in the science, as you say. It is not about science, it is about spirit. We are all one spirit, and the hairless human science is unable to show that. We are people just as you the hairless ones are people. The science of spirit will show that, but the time, as you say, is not now. It will be soon. We are your older brothers and sisters. We came here in the light, and we remain in the light. Because we are here on earth as you are, our light bodies have earth bodies. We have continued to allow our light bodies to be stronger than our earth bodies. You hairless ones allow your earth bodies to be stronger than your light bodies. Most of the hairless ones are searching to find the way in which we do what we do. And it is the way in which we have told many, many times to you and to others. It is about remembering the light. We will speak more of this to you later." Unquote.
Our next contributor is educator Tom Powell, who, in our opinion, is one of the most knowledgeable and respected of men investigating Sasquatch. Tom lives just outside of Portland and has authored the books Shady Neighbors and The Locals.
I think we're all aware that there are people investigating and writing about animal to human communication. They call themselves horse whisperers, animal whisperers, things like that. It's not really a new idea. What is new, at least to Western scientific thinking, is the idea that not only does the Sasquatch exist, but that it's even possible to conduct two-way telepathic communication with them. This also carries implications that they are not just some ape or hybrid bear, but a species of very intelligent, very sentient beings. Obviously, this is way too much for most people in or out of the scientific community to wrap their heads around. I'm more of a science educator than a scientist per se, but in the 2 decades I've spent aggressively researching this topic, I've seen more than enough evidence to convince me that not only do these creatures exist, but it is indeed possible to telepathically communicate with them. I personally do not possess, or at least I have not developed, the ability to telepathically communicate with the Sasquatch, but I have seen people who claim this capability. Interestingly, the messages that are being ostensibly conveyed to us from the Sasquatch by way of multiple sources are so strikingly similar that I think it behooves us to aggressively investigate this matter by any means possible. The whole idea gets quickly dismissed as paranormal, and granted, it is not empirical or replicable science that can be done under laboratory conditions. So it's well outside the boundaries of conventional scientific inquiry, but I think it represents a kind of science that has validity, or at least ought to be investigated a little more before it's completely dismissed. It also, I think, pertains to several other unsolved questions of huge importance to modern humanity. Such investigations do seem to yield important and useful patterns. Patterns that in many cases have predictive value and may well serve as predecessors of some scientific investigation in the future. But it all has to begin by exploring and pushing beyond the current scientific frontier.
Each of the contributors you've just heard brings a different perspective to the Sasquatch phenomenon. None of them pretends to have all the answers. They all, however, share a steadfast dedication to service. They all understand that the Sasquatch are a people who, after long separation, now desire reconnection with our people, whom they refer to as their hairless brothers and sisters. Speaking of Sasquatch is meant to be a timely chronicle of this emergence. You may look for additional contributors here in the future. Thank you for joining us.